Until 1976, the city was called Lourenço Marques. The name was derived from the Portuguese trader who first explored the region in 1544. The port city, with a population of 1,122,000 as of 2021, is the capital of Mozambique. It is an Indian Ocean port with preserved Portuguese colonial architecture. Many turn-out-of-the-century buildings are in downtown Baxia neighborhood. In this video, we will discover interesting facts about this beautiful African city whose currency is the Mozambican metical. Before then, please remember to subscribe to Africa Revealed if you haven't, and turn on the notification bell in order to be notified of any new video. Let's get into it. Maputo Railway Station. The Maputo Railway Station is a beautiful building which serves as the main train station of Maputo, being one of the greatest architectural works of the city. It was designed by an associate of Gustav Eiffel. While its facade was designed by Eiffel himself, built between 1913 and 1916, there are marble pillars, wrought ironwork, which alongside the great attention to detail, together with the massive central dome, made it possible for the structure to be on the list of one of the most beautiful buildings in Africa. The dark green color with clear white brings history to life while waiting for the train. It offers a great opportunity for visitors to get a glimpse of the rich colonial Mozambican history. The interior contains a small exhibition of works that have been done by local and visiting artists, sculptures and paintings for sale, as well as giving the ultimate Mozambican experience. Now you have a good reason to take a train instead of a cab, into or out of Maputo. The Bay of Maputo, formerly known as De Lagoa Bay, from Baía de Lagoa in Portuguese. This is an inlet of the Indian Ocean on the coast of Mozambique, between 25°40 and 26°20 south, with a length from north to south of over 90 km long and 32 km wide. The bay is the northern termination of the series of lagoons lining the coast from St. Lucia Bay. The opening is towards the northeast. The northwestern end of the bay is defined by the Ponta da Maçaneta. The eastern side of the bay is defined by Machangulo Peninsula, which on its inner or western side has safe anchorage. North of the peninsula is Inhaca Island, and beyond it Portuguese Island, formerly known as the Elephant's Island. In spite of a bar at the entrance and a number of shallow within, Maputo Bay forms a valuable harbor, accessible to large vessels throughout the year. The Kumati River, also known as Inkumati or Manhesa, enters the bay at its northern end. Three rivers, the Matola from the north, the Umbuluzi from the west, and the Tembe from the south, meet in Esuario do Espírito Santo on the west side of the bay. The Maputo River, which has its headwaters in the Drakensberg, enters in the south. The city of Maputo lies north of the estuary. Praça da Independencia, Independence Square. Maputo's Independence Square sits amid a blend of architectural styles and the city's uptown and historic downtown area called Baxia. As with most street names in Maputo, the name of the square was changed after independence in 1975. Formerly, it was called Museu de Albuquerque Square. The statue of the former government was placed by one of the Samora Machel, who was the first president of independent Mozambique. On the northern side of the square is the neoclassical City Hall. To its east, the Art Deco Cathedral of Our Lady of Immaculate Conception, consecrated in 1944. Nearby, the French Mozambican Cultural Center hosts jazz performances and art exhibitions. The Tunduru Botanical Gardens is a few blocks away. All these are worth visiting for some shade from the scorching sun. If you are interested in Museu de Albuquerque, on his horse can still be seen in the Fortaleza Fort Museum. It is much smaller than the giant statue of Michelle made in North Korea. If you visit, take an umbrella with you for protection against the sun, since there is no shade at the square. The Iron House, also known as Casa de Ferro. This is a historical landmark in Maputo, Mozambique, near the Botanical Garden. The prefabricated building was imported from Belgium in 1892. This all-iron house, believed to have been created by architect Gustave Eiffel, was shipped to Maputo to serve as the residence of the Portuguese governor. However, since being erected in 1892, it hasn't served its purpose since it is too hot inside. Mozambique has a tropical to subtropical climate, experiencing 2 seasons: a cool and dry season from April to September, and a hot and rainy season between October and March. Temperatures are warmer near the coastal area and southern lowland regions compared to the higher inland regions. Early Portuguese rulers must have been ignorant of the local climatic conditions. Entrance fee is 100 meticais for foreigners, and you get a tour guide if you are lucky. Ground floor has air conditioning, while the top floor gives you an understanding of why the governor was unable to live there. Also, there is an interesting exhibition of paintings and handcrafted ware in this hothouse. The Polana Serena Hotel. Nearly a century old, the Polana was designed by world-famous architect Sir Herbert Becker in the Grand Palace style. It has neoclassical pillars and a European sense of symmetry. The hotel was lavishly renovated over the last decade and has been restored to its former glory, with gleaming marble, wrought iron elevators, white manicured gardens, ceiling fans, and a magnificent pool, and elegant bars that seem designed for sun-donor cocktails. It is a perfect getaway from a busy life of Maputo. Currently being run by an East African hotel chain, the Polana Serena Hotel offers all the amenities and services of a 5-star international city hotel, including an on-site hairdresser, a fully equipped gym, conference facilities, and 2 swimming pools. The hotel attracts high-end clients. Its 142 rooms have sea views and feature dark wood furniture, 4 poster beds, golden drapes, and cavernous bathrooms. Dining options vary from the sushi bar to the veranda restaurant, which serves buffet for lunch and dinner. Look out for the Saturday night seafood buffet or the expensive fine dining restaurant, De La Goa, which offers gourmet French cuisine. The Polana is both Maputo's best hotel and its priciest. You pay for a fantastic seafront location in the city's most exclusive area, overlooking the Indian Ocean. Impeccable service, elegance, and a great sense of history that you don't get anywhere else in town. Imagine how the hotel was in the early 90s. A bowl of shima, maybe? Shima is the staple of Mozambican cuisine. The staple popular all over Africa is a sort of porridge made with corn flour. The side dish is most likely the African take on grits. The corn is traditionally refined with a big smashing tool called plelao and ground into flour. It is then cooked with water until it reaches a thick consistency. White in color and with a mild flavor, it is an excellent accompaniment for vegetable stews or meaty dishes. Its stiff texture makes it easy to pick up with your hands and the perfect vessel for scooping up the sauce. You should also try the following Mozambican dishes while in Maputo. Snacks like haidia, chamusa, mafura, gulamo jamo, bolhinos de sura, and pudim. Grilled dishes like peri-peri chicken, zambezia chicken, and mangumba. Stews and curry dishes like caril de amendoim, shakuti, and cozido. Leafy dishes like kakana, matapa, and teke. Capulana. A capulana, also spelled capulana or in Chingana, nguvu, or vemba, is a type of sarong worn primarily in Mozambique, but also in other areas of southeastern Africa. The capulana is a 2-meter-long rectangular cotton fabric printed with African patterns, geometric and contrasting colors. It is a symbolic fabric of a Mozambican woman, but is used by both men and women. There are several ways to wear a capulana. It can be used as a skirt, a dress, a towel, a sheet, a shawl, a cover, a headdress, baby's nappies or baby carrier, a coat, a curtain to carry the baby on the back, and almost everything else a piece of cloth can be used for. Capulana entered Mozambique as a result of trade relations between Asian and Arab people. The Portuguese brought it to Mozambique in the 15th century as a means of trade with other goods. Capulana has high value because the number of capulana you have determines your social status. To a Mozambican woman, capulana are a luxurious fabric. People of Mozambique carry the capulana in everyday life and also during the traditional and religious rites. The manner of knotting the capulana indicates where the woman is from. The languages of Maputo. There are over 40 languages spoken in Mozambique. Portuguese is the country's official language, but it is only spoken by about half of the population. The other most spoken primary language in Mozambique includes Makua, Changana, Sena, Trabu, Yanja, Ndau, and Twa. The main ethnic groups in the country are the Makonde, Shangan, Makwa, Tonga, Dao, Shona, Sena, and other indigenous groups. There are approximately 45,000 Europeans and 15,000 South Asians, constituting less than 2% of the population. Other indigenous tribes include the Chokwe, Yawu, Nguni, and Maravi. A majority of the 2% of the population is made up of Portuguese Mozambicans, Indian Mozambicans, Chinese Mozambicans, Arab Mozambicans, and multiracial groups. So how do you say hi, thank you, and goodbye in the streets of Maputo? Bom dia, good morning. Boa tarde, good afternoon. Boa noite, good night. Por favor, please, thank you. Até já, see you soon. You're well equipped now. Unique Iglesia de San Antonio de la Polana. This is St. Anthony Catholic Church located at Avenida Kwame Nkrumah in Maputo. It is one of the boldest models of Brazilian modern architecture. The use of concrete enabled 20th century architects to use modern forms in their design. The architect Nuno Caveira Lopes was inspired by an inverted flower, but the people saw a lemon squeezer, looking like an isolated object perched on the ground. The pyramid structure is supported on 16 points, forming a pyramid structure reinforced by concrete folds, like an inverted flower. The church was built in 1962. The inside is a single circular-shaped space with an imposing presence of concrete that can hold about 600 people. There is great entry of multi-colored bright light through the folds at the top and the bottom. The stained glass has eye-catching images with an altar and several pews. You would want to go and worship in this conical, mysterious atmosphere. AK-47 on flag. The flag of Mozambique is the national flag of the Republic of Mozambique. It was adopted on the 1st of May in 1983. The flag is one of 4 national flags among the UN member states that features a firearm, but is the only one with a modern firearm. The flag has several colors arranged in horizontal stripes, separated by white fabrications. A star, image of a rifle crossed by a hole superimposed on an open book, and a triangle. An explanation for these symbols is teal, which represents the riches of the land, white fabrication symbolizes peace, black represents the African continent, yellow represents Mozambique's minerals, red triangle represents the country's struggle for independence, Kalashnikov rifle with a bayonet attached to the barrel, standing for defense and vigilance, open book, importance of education. The whole represents country's agriculture. A star symbolizing the spirit of international solidarity among Mozambicans. Look out for the flag hoisted in front of government buildings, schools, and other official areas. We have come to the end of the video. Please leave us a thumbs up if you liked these awesome Maputo facts, and remember to share until next time. Bless!